Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Carter back with another YouTube video. So today I'm gonna be teaching you, some of you guys, if you guys don't know how to shoot correctly already, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to shoot correctly. So right here's a 10 foot basketball hoop all the way up. That's NBA height and middle school height and high school height. So if you want to get better, I suggest you start practicing now before basketball season starts and practice on a 10-foot hoop so you can get better, because that's what it's going to be throughout the rest of your life if you make it. So if you play middle school, 10 feet. If you play high school, 10 feet. If you play in the NBA, if you make it to the NBA or college, it's 10 feet. So that's why you got to start practicing when you're younger, and then whenever you get to the top, you're going to make it. So right now, let's get into the video. Okay, so first thing you want to do when you're shooting is make sure, here, let me adjust it for you guys, is make sure your feet, so I'm righty, so my right leg is good. So your legs need to be shoulder width apart when you're shooting. And I'm righty, so I shoot with my right hand. So your right leg needs to be a little bit further than your left leg. But obviously if you shoot left-handed, then it would be the opposite way. So next, what I want to talk about is, the next thing I want to talk about is really? Your truck has to make all that noise for nothing? Anyways, so next thing I want to talk about is your shooting form. So whenever you go to shoot, you should look like this. So your legs, like I said, should be like this. And then you should bring it down here and then shoot up, and your heels should look like, your legs should look like this whenever you're shooting. And I suggest that you stay in that position until you make the shot, because then it gives you and the ball more momentum. So next thing I want to talk about as well is, so you see this black hole. So this is what some people like to do. So you could do it this way with the fingers away from the ball, or away from the dot, sorry. Or you could do it with your finger on the ball like this. So that's my favorite to do, with the pointer finger on the black dot, and then it just feels more comfortable for me. So whatever one you like comfortable, whether it's the index finger here or the middle finger right here, or the index finger on the ball, on the dot. And so you don't want your hand directly like this, because you won't have too much grip. See? And look at this. You have a bunch of grip whenever you hold the ball like this. Not like this. If you hold the ball like this, that's bad. You need to have your fingers spread it apart so you have more grip and more control of the ball. So look at this. If you move it around, whatever, you have a bunch of grip. But if you keep them like this or like this, then you don't have any control of the ball. So that's why I suggest you keep your hands like this. Actually, a lot of people suggest this. A lot of professionals suggest you keep your hands spread it apart on the ball so you have more grip and more control of the ball. And so my personal favorite thing to do to shoot when I'm shooting is to put my pointer finger on this black dot right there on the air, the way you air it up. And you don't want so next you want your hand, so you're not gonna push with this hand. This hand is just gonna go up like this, and it should look like this. So your hand should look like this while you're shooting. And this is what your other hand should be whenever. Like your shooting hand should look like this. Cookie in the jar, or hands in the jar, and hand on the shelf, but holding it on like this. Your arm needs to stay straight. This arm needs to stay exactly like this when you're shooting, or this. It doesn't matter, but it needs to stay like this. So it's gonna be like this. So you're gonna shoot. So you can't see it right now, like the hands, but that's because every time you go to shoot, you should stay, your heels, like your legs and stuff, like I talked about earlier in the video, should stay up like this. Like you should stay in that position until the ball goes through the hoop. So this is what you should look like when you're shooting. So your hand should be like this. So your shooting hand should be like this. So I shoot with the right hand, so it's gonna look like this. And then my left hand is gonna be like this, hanging onto the ball. So it'll be like this. And then I'll go to shoot. You don't wanna jump, but you wanna go up on your heels, and your hand should be in the cookie jar. So like flick your wrist, hand in the cookie jar, hand in the cookie jar, flick your wrist, okay? That's what it should look like, exactly what it should look like. Now next is just what it's gonna look like. So let me get in the right position for you guys here. Hang on. Okay, that should be good enough. So this is what it should look like when you're shooting the ball. Don't make fun of me if I don't make it. Exactly. So it should be exactly like that, but actually make it into the hoop. But just keep trying and trying and trying like that, and you should get it eventually. But one thing I want to talk about is you should try never. So some people do aim for the backboard, but it's good for an aim point, but it's not the best. So the best thing to do is just aim over the rim into the hoop. Over the rim, so like an angle. So like you want to make the ball go like this. Not onto the backboard and then down. So you want to make sure that when you're shooting the ball, so it should look like this. Like this. It should come down. It shouldn't have to hit something. It should come down directly into the hoop. So let's try this again. Like I said, legs shoulder width apart. Right hand side or left hand side, whatever you shoot with, should be a little bit in front of the other. You shoot, hands in the cookie jar, and your guide. You shoot, hands in the cookie jar, and your guide arm. So your guide arm and your hand in the cookie jar is what's going to be important when you're shooting. So your stance and everything, your hand in the cookie jar, the guide arm is important when you're shooting. So this is what it should look like again. one leg in front of the other, whichever one you shoot with. Just like that. So I suggest that you guys practice this for 2 hours, at least 2 hours of shooting. But if you do not know skill, like if you guys need to learn skill with the ball and you know how to shoot pretty good, just not good enough, I recommend this video for the shooting part and the stance and everything. But for the moves, I'm going to be making another video. So for the moves, I recommend to watch that video, and you should learn pretty quickly if you practice those skills on the next video for at least an hour or two every day, and then you should be able to get good with those skills. So here's some of the skills that I've taught myself. I haven't looked at anybody else. I've just taught myself these skills. I've just practiced and practiced and practiced, and it worked. So this is what we're going to be doing. So through the legs, bring it around, back through the legs. Now try doing it while moving. And sometimes you may lose control of the ball whenever you're moving and putting it through the legs, but that's normal. It's completely normal because you're just starting to begin to do that. So for some of those people that don't know how to do this, I recommend watching that video. And I bet some of you guys know how to do this. This trick is pretty easy. So through the legs, don't have to be through the legs, but if you put it behind the back, twist, grab the ball, and shoot. That's kind of one of my favorite moves. It kind of jukes people out. So I recommend you guys watching the next video for moves, and save this video to practice for shooting. Now, I recommend shooting for 2 hours every day. That's what I do. I try to practice at least 2 hours every day, but sometimes I have streams coming, so I have to stream like Fortnite and all that. But you still should try to practice basketball for 2 hours. Moves, shooting, dribbling, whatever. And you can take breaks, like bathroom breaks, and if you want a quick snack. But I wouldn't go something too sweet for a snack while you're practicing, because it'll make your stomach hurt after, like while you're practicing and then after eating a sweet. So you can take short breaks, but right after that, you have to get back into practicing. So I recommend 2 hours every day. Because 2 hours every day is going to help you a lot, like a lot. Now, never give up on your practicing. Always stay focused. So sometimes I get mad, like rage, whenever I don't make the hoop sometimes, and I've been doing it for a while, like practicing that day for a while. Sometimes I'll get pretty angry, like rage, and go crazy. But you shouldn't do that. But it's okay if you do that. But just remember, you can always do anything you put your mind to. Believe in yourself. Believe in you can make the hoop. Even if other people don't believe in you, just believe in yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more videos like this. This video will help you guys out a lot. So will the next one I make. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.